Hi guys, this is Margaret with Bliss Farm, and today I'm going to be doing my tutorial for the sweater pumpkins. If you had seen my fall home decor tour, I showed the sweater pumpkin that I had made out of one of my grandma's sweaters in that video, and I'll try to remember to link that below. But I had said that I may be doing a tutorial on those sweater pumpkins soon, and today that is what I'm going to be doing. So first I will show the pumpkin if you haven't seen the video. This is the sweater pumpkin complete, and now for your supplies, you need a rubber band, and that is, well, I'll show you what that's for when I do the instructions. But then you need just any old sweater that you want to use. Actually, this isn't even a sweater, it's sweater material, but it is a vest. So you need that, and it doesn't, well, for a sweater pumpkin, yes, it does need to be a sweater, but you could follow these same instructions for any fabric. I pulled out of my fabric stash, this is just some unbleached muslin. That would work very well. And this is actually some thin natural batting. This would make a really nice pumpkin also. And actually, you know, any fabric that you have can be done in this with these instructions. So you don't have to limit yourself to a sweater. It's gorgeous with sweater material. I mean, I just love the way that, you know, that the sweater looks. But you can use whatever you have on hand or whatever you would like to make it your own. Then you need some type of twine. This is what I have. I like this because the color resembles a pumpkin stem very well, you know, very closely. But you could use, again, if you have a different thinner or a different color in the house, and you know you don't want to go out and get something that's exactly like this, then you can also use what you have. But that is what I have, and that's what I'll be using. Now this is also another optional product. I have made a couple of pumpkins for other people that I have not used the beans in the bottom. It just, if you do have some cheap beans that you might not be using, or you know, if you can find them really cheap, it is nice to put just a handful or two at least, depending on the size of your pumpkin, maybe up to a cup of beans, or even a couple cups on a bigger pumpkin, in the bottom before you put any other stuffing in. And it just makes it sit maybe a little bit better, and also weights it down a little bit. And then naturally you just need some type of, oops, some type of fluff. Now what I have done in the past when I didn't have this normal polyfill in the house was I would take scrap fabric. I have done that before, and just bunched it up. I actually had an old t-shirt that was stained, and I was going to throw it away anyway. It wasn't, you know, even in good enough shape to donate or anything. So I took the sweater, balled it up, and stuck it inside a pumpkin. And it worked just as well as the fluff. It, you know, kept a good shape and was soft. So use your imagination. If you have scrap fabric or shirts or whatever in the house, or a towel that might have a hole in it that you're not going to use, you can use, you know, anything that would that's soft enough to mold to the shape when you form it. So, okay, so that's it for the supplies, and now on to the sweater pumpkin instructions. Okay, I hope you can see this properly, but what I have done now is I cut a 12-inch square of the sweater out. And now you're probably thinking, why didn't I use a circle? I've used circles. I just don't cut circles very well. So I tried it with a square, with this one that I made, and it just worked better for me. You can use a circle if you want to cut a circle. There's no difference except that you're cutting a circle instead of a square. And then I dumped, I hope you can see them on top of the sweater, I just dumped some beans. Like I said, this is an optional step. You don't have to have the beans. I just kind of like how it feels weighted, and it's not like everyone's going to be picking up your pumpkin. It just seems to me, I feel it sits better, and I like it weighted. Then you take a bunch of your stuffing, and you want to add slightly more than you think you need, because when you gather this up, it's going to push it together. So let me start doing this. You just start taking your sweater ends and bringing them up in your hand like this. And like I said, I hope you can see what I'm doing here. And just pushing the stuffing in and gathering the top of the sweater to form your pumpkin. And it's just going to naturally push it up as you go. Now, once you get closer to the end, you might want to add, like I do on this one, you might want to add a little bit more stuffing. And I'm sorry if you hear screaming in the background. My son has some friends over and they're being loud. I forgot to tell him I was going to be taping and recording, so okay, I think that's good. Let's try this some more. Oh, need some more. And that's what's nice about this, you know, you can work it as you go. No problems. Just keep stuffing it until it's where you like it. Wow, this is taking a lot more than usual. Okay. Now, you want to make sure that all your ends are gathered. Okay. And you want to make sure that you don't have any, I don't know if you can see it like this here. You want to make sure you're bringing up all your ends so it doesn't open like here. Here's one that's not far enough up. So you want to gather those as tight as possible into your hand. Okay. And then this is where your rubber band comes in handy. You're going to take your rubber band and close this up. Like this. Okay, so once you've gathered it up like that and put your rubber band on, then you can form it just a little more if it needs it. And then at this point, you want to again check and make sure that all your sweater or fabric ends are up. And then you want to trim the top. All the uneven, just rough. It doesn't have to be exact. Because what you're going to be doing next is wrapping this with your twine. So you want to make sure that it's, you know, you can leave it as tall as you want. I'm cutting this a little bit shorter. There, like that. Just snip off the ends. And then take your string and start wrapping this. And I just continue to wrap. out of the way. Okay, you're just going to continue wrapping this until you have it all the way up. Okay, so now at this point, I have wrapped the entire stem portion. Once you get to about once you get to the top that you, the part that you cut, you're going to want to start to use hot glue to secure your string, and that's what I've been doing. And it does get messy. It is, it's not the easiest thing to do because I keep, like for me, I keep pressing down the string a little bit, or the twine, and it ends up, getting on my fingers. It's not impossible though. You just have to work with it a little bit, and just put plenty of hot glue, and then just keep circling until it is completely covered. And then once you get really close, just trim your twine and secure it. And there you go. So that's how you make a sweater or any fabric pumpkin. It's pretty easy. It doesn't really take long. I would say if you went slowly, it's still under a half hour to get it done. And they're really cute. You can personalize it based on the material that you use. And it's a pretty cheap craft. I mean, you can use an old sweater or fabric that you happen to have laying around, or that you get at a thrift store. So really the biggest cost is maybe some polyfill and your twine. So it's it's pretty easy to do, and I think they just turn out so adorable, and they would make perfect gifts too to give to family and friends if you would like. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.